We'll have a look.
Are they still doing these types of questions?
We'll have a look. We'll have a talk about it.
What version? Sorry.
Huh?
What version?
Version 1.17.18. Mohammed, do you mind turning the light off, please?
So,
Yeah.
they still ask the same type of question, right?
I think it should be similar. I think so.
Because some of the questions are not hard, but they're very tedious. You just have to repeat the same stuff over and over and over.
Yeah. Let's have a look. We'll have a look now. I think they could. Guys, okay, well, let's get started now. We're continuing with the revision. We're on to section B now. B1. So B1A was to use substitution to solve this. 8x squared minus y squared equals minus 14. Guys, Celine, Sophia, please. Are we listening? So, what I'll do is we'll sub the y in. Okay? Because we can say y equals 5 minus 2x. Yeah? So we have 8x squared minus 5 minus 2x squared equals minus 14. 8x squared minus 25 minus 20x plus 4x squared equals minus 14. So that's 8x squared minus 4x squared plus 20x minus 25 plus 14 equals 0. 4x squared plus 20x minus 11.
Yes, 11.
Does this have factors?
Yes.
It does.
Half and 11 and over 2. So
Is it 2x?
So 2x plus
2x, 11 and 1. Yeah, because it'll be 20.
1 plus 11. No.
Yeah. 22 minus 2, 20, yeah. Yes, it is. So, yeah, me too. Me too.
You have your problem.
I do.
Okay.
I do. X equals minus 11 over 2. We'll have to sub them in here to get the y. 4. And then minus 6. No, plus, isn't it? So 16, yeah. How many marks is that now? Really? That's all right. That's all right. That's fine. That's good. That's good for 6 marks. Yep. Okay. B. B1. So what have we got going on here? Just the long division?
Yes.
And factorizing in the second part. 2x cubed minus 7x squared minus 17x plus 10. 2x squared? 2x cubed plus 4x squared. So, is that right?
Yeah.
So that's 11x squared. Okay. So the next guy has to be minus 11x. Yeah. Minus 11x squared minus 22x. Oh, good. So this means the last one has to be 5. So our factors are x plus 2. This is part 2, isn't it? And the factors there would be, it looks like 2x and 5, 1, minus. Okay, 4 marks for that, which doesn't quite seem, I don't know. That one was 6 marks, this one was 4 marks.
It seems too easy.
It's only 4, but it's only 4 marks. for two parts, you know?
Yeah, but I'm wondering about the last part, if they want us to do more.
It's only 1 mark. I can't think so. Right. The third term in a geometric series is, oh no, they're given as a ratio. So they're saying the ratio of the third term, okay.
Common ratio.
Okay.
So they're giving R.
So they've given you or is 2/3. Now we have to be very careful with the English, which is something I think people messed up when this came up in the exam before. The third term, that's a or squared, is 2,160 less than the first term. So where do we put the 2,160?
On the left.
Wait, what? You subtract.
Minus.
Yeah, you subtract.
Well, you have a couple of choices. So if I was to put it on the left, what would I put on the left? I think it would be plus 2,160.
So right side
Yeah.
is minus.
Yeah, because they said the third term is 2,000 less. That means it's like saying it's 2,000 short. So by adding 2,000 to it, it brings it up to the same value. Is how I think about it. Yeah? No? A lot of people don't like this, and I understand why, because it can be a bit confusing. And actually, we know the or, don't we? So that's a, yeah. So that would be 4/9 plus 2,160 equals a. So that means 2,160 equals 5/9a. So that means a is 9 times 2,160 over 5. Yeah. Which is, what's that, 432 times 9, is it? 3,888. Ah, that was only 2 marks. That's terrible.
Alright.
Yeah? Continue.
Can you
Question?
go over it again?
Yeah,
first,
so
the first part. Why
they
is
give
it-
you this. This is
Yeah.
given, okay? And they say that the third term, which is that, is 2,160 less than the first term, which is that. So as I was explaining to Mo, if I tell you something is 2,000 less,
Yeah.
it's 2,000 short, yeah. And we know the or, so I can just sub the or in. So, are we okay with this? Yeah. We do part 2? S6 they want. So the formula is A 1 minus r power n over 1 minus r. Okay.
That's you.
Good. Oh, dear, I'm sick. Can someone type that in?
I think it's the weather. The weather has been bad on me.
Yeah, maybe.
10,640.
10,640. Yeah. Part 3. S infinity. Remember the formula? A over 1 minus r. What is it? Yeah? D. Okay. An arithmetic series has a common difference of 8, and the 26th term is minus 300. So find the A. So you just put that in there. Is that 200? Isn't it?
Yeah.
So then A is minus 500? Yeah. Find the sum, or find the n if the sum is 0. Find the n if the sum, in other words, Mo, they're saying solve this. Okay, let's see what we got here. So this is A.
So they want which term
Yeah, exactly, yeah. What's the formula here? This is A plus
n over 2.
n over 2. We don't know the n. N over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 times d. And that's 0. Yeah. In fact, you can just divide by n. Because you know that n can't be 0. N over 2 can't be 0. So you can just get rid of that. And then you get n minus 1 times 8 has to equal 100.
8.
Yeah? So then that means n minus 1 equals... oh, but it's not going... But it's going to be a fraction, isn't it?
Yeah. 12.5.
Oh, hang on. Why did I write 100 here? This isn't right. What's the 2a? It's 1,000. It's 1,000. I missed a 0. 2a, 1,000.
126.
So 1,000 divided by 8 you can do?
126.
125, yeah. So the n then is 126 then. Yeah. Okay. Which part in B in particular was tricky for you?
Which part in B2?
You said B2, yeah.
Yeah, B2. So part, do you want to start that?
No, I'm just curious which part to focus on. Which was the hard part?
It's not hard, it's tedious. Part C, so I want to see if there's any
Quicker way. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get started with A.
N plus.
Can I scroll down?
Yeah.
Yep. B2A. Right, so what we have going on here, we have a formula for n. State the value of n when t is 0. So n is 24 times 64 power kt plus 36. And the first thing for 1 mark is what is n when t is 0. So n when t is 0, that's 64 power 0, which is 1. 1 times 24 is 24. 24 plus 36 is 60, isn't it? 60. Fine. Part 2. N is 420 and t is 1 over 12. What's k? Right, so n is 420. T is, what did he say? 1 over 12. So that's k over 12. We just want to solve this for k. Right. So yeah, so 420 minus 36. What's that, please?
484.
384?
Yes.
And then what we'll do is we'll divide by 24.
It's 16.
It's 16.
Yes.
Now, there's a couple of things you can do here. You can either use powers or logs. Yeah, well, the quickest thing is you could say k over 12 is equal to log base 64 16. That'd be the quickest thing to do. Because your question is literally 64 to what power gives me 16? That's the definition of log.
2 over 3.
What is this?
2 over 3.
That's
It's
2
not
over 3.
2 over 3?
Yeah, but once you multiply in 12, it's going to be.
Yeah, so then once you multiply in 12, you're going to get 8
Yes.
for k. And lastly, for this part is find the value of n when t is 5 over 48. So let's replace, yeah, n equals 24, 64, what did he say? 5 over 48, and the k is, we said, 8 per 36. So 8 goes into 48, doesn't it? It goes in 6 times?
Yeah, 5 over 6.
So 5 over 6. So it'd be 24 times 64 power 5 over 6. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. 32 times 24 plus 36, is it? What is it? 804.
804.
Yeah.
That's really good for the amount of marks they're giving.
Which one? Well, I don't know. I think it's fair.
I think it's really short. It's just showing just
Well,
the number.
oh, for the last part, yeah, because it's 2 marks. You just have to use your calculator. B. Now, let's have a look at B here. Okay. What should we do first here?
So that you out log 2.
Well, I think
See?
we could just divide. Now, we could maybe also simplify, we'll see. Can we do any
Yes.
simplifying?
Yes.
Yeah, so on the top we can take 5x out, x plus 6,
Yeah.
and on the bottom we can get x plus 6 and x minus 6.
Simplify.
Now please proceed with caution. We are only allowed to cancel
That's what's it.
this with this if we know that x cannot be minus 6. Now do we know that or not?
Yeah.
No.
We do know it can't be minus 6.
X is greater than 6.
It says it in the blooming question, yeah. We also know that because we can't have 0 here.
If they did not mention that, you just write that in continue, or you just
If they didn't mention that, then it means whatever answer you get at the end, you need to also check that minus 6 wasn't an answer. Because what we're doing right now is, by doing this, we're moving from consideration that minus 6 could be an answer. Which is a problem if it actually was an answer.
let's go.
Yeah.
Can you like take 4 to the other side and say 4 is right?
Oh yeah, that's the next step, yeah. So you can now say 4 to the power of 3 over 2 equals 5x over x minus 6. Is this what you were saying? Yeah. Now 4 power 3 over 2 is 8. So this is equal to 8. So you get 5x is equal to 8x minus 48. Yes?
3x,
So 3x equals 48.
X
So x is 16?
Yeah.
Positive 16.
Sir, but x can't equal 6 as well.
Huh?
So you get a 0 denominator.
X can't equal what?
6.
Yeah,
That's the whole point.
but I'm not saying x is 6.
Yeah.
Are you having trouble telling the difference between 6 and 16?
No, yeah.
That wouldn't be a problem in the exam, would it?
Ah, no, they'd expect students to know the difference between 6 and 16.
Really?
They would, yeah, they would, believe it or not. Yeah. It's a tough course, you know. Right, uh-oh.
Very highly impressive. Run.
What?
19, 18, 17,
See, that's something Windows does.
15, 12.
It's my own fault because I set the warning level to tell me when I only have 20 seconds left. So that was my choice. I don't know why I chose that. I should have at least gave myself 30 seconds. Okay.
Or maybe a minute.
Maybe even a minute, yes. Okay, C. So this is the trig question now. So we'll have a quick sketch here. This is 60. This side is 20. This one is 24. And then 54, is it? And do they also give you an area? Sometimes they do. No area this time? They first want SR, which is okay, so we'll call it, there's SR. Cosine rule? Cosine rule. SR squared equals 20 squared plus 24 squared minus twice 20 by 24 by cos 60. So simply typing this in one go, we can get our answer straight away. Oh, now they want the answer as a surd. And hopefully your calculator will do that for you. Yours won't. But the Casio will. 4 root 31. Thank you.
Who would have thought? Because I thought using sine rule.
Sine rule works, does it?
It does, but you'll have to find
Oh, you have to
angle
find an
S
angle. No, yeah.
and angle R. Well, no, it's angle.
It sounds like more work. I take.
Yeah, I just don't get the same answer. I got mine as a decimal.
Then do what I did. Cosine rule.
That's
Okay.
the issue, I think.
Find. The areas of the two triangles are equal. Find or Q. And these areas are equal. Okay. So the area on the left is a half, 20, 24, sine 60. And the area on the right is a half, 24, or Q, sine 54. Now we can do a bit of cancelling.
24.
Well, yeah, that, and that, and we can divide by sine 54, and our answer will be whatever sine 60 divided by sine 54 times 20 is. That would be or Q. What is it? 21.4.
What?
Sine 60 over sine 54 times 20?
I got 10.9.
What mode is your calculator in?
It just 21.4,
21.4.
but it depends on how you run.
Well, if we round the correct way, what is it?
20.41.
0.41.
No, this is correct for the exam.
Really?
Three significant figures.
But again, don't forget that they did not mention that on the Facebook.
No, but I told you the rule is all your answers are three significant figures unless stated otherwise. So for example, in B1, they said don't round. Okay? And for example, there was a question in section A, wasn't there? A6, where they say use 4 significant figures. And if they say exact, what does exact mean?
Not decimal.
No decimals. Okay? So here, I should be presenting my answer to the marker as 21.4. Okay.
So,
Yes. Oh, you've asked me lots today. Make it good.
I'm gonna ask it, but it's bad.
Okay. I'm not going to let you ask me any more. You've been bombarding me with questions. Go, what is it? Make it great.
I got the exact same value for K.
Yes. In the sine rule.
Like, I got the exact same value,
Yeah.
but not for K, for the entire thing. 22.7, I think it is. And I don't know.
For what? Are we saying SR?
No, yeah, SR. I didn't get it as a
What rule did you use?
sine
Okay, so what did I use?
cosine.
Okay, so what should you use?
It doesn't matter.
It-
Both should work.
No, dude, don't break my heart, please. You have evidence in front of you, okay? Be scientific about it. You have evidence. I did a cosine rule, you did a sine rule. They both should give you the same answer, but they might not work as well because, for example, I don't know if you use the sine rule, if it's still possible to get such a nice answer like this.
Yeah,
Because in the cosine rule, you force the appearance of a square root, right? In the sine rule, is there any square root? No. And the question says, give your answer using a root. So we should choose the rule that forces the root to appear. Yes? So I'm not saying that sine won't work, I'm just saying it'll be more work. And we don't want to do more work. We want to do less work. We all agree that? Less work is better than more work. I think the class agrees with this. Yes. Did you get the same answer in decimal form?
Yes.
Yeah, but not in root form. So this is
I didn't get it.
exactly. So cosine rule, I think. Is it possible to do sine rule and get the root? The only way I could think about it is, do you still have the answer on your calculator? The full decimals? No, it's gone. So, for example, if your answer was, let's just say 2.1641, for example, okay? What you could do is you could square it, and let's just imagine it came in as the calculator as 8.99999 or whatever, and then take the root of what it should have been exactly. D. Sine 2 theta equals minus a half. Solve. Right. So, firstly, how many answers should there be? 4. Sine inverse minus a half, please, is minus 30. And the second answer is you add 100, no, 220?
115.
150, it's 180. No, well, if it's 180 minus 30, isn't that what I said? 210. Oh, sorry. Well, it's closer than 150 was. So they're the two answers. Remember, for sine, the second answer is 180 minus the first answer. Right. Yeah, well, no, what's the next step?
After 116.
Yeah, you have to make 2 more answers. So 2 theta could be minus 30, 210, 330, or 570, if you add 360.
Yeah, that's right.
69.
No, not yet. What's next? Divide, no, not fixed yet. Divide by 2. 105? 165? 285?
Yeah.
Now what's the last step? Which one?
The range. Minus 15.
It becomes
165.
no.
345.
345.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Did they give us ranges?
This, yeah.
0 to 360.
Now that is really quite nice for 5 marks. 5 marks. Okay. B3. Can I scroll down? Is that a yes or a no? I couldn't make it out. That's a no. Okay. I don't know. I might be extra cranky today because I had wine with my lunch. So this could be compounding things.
Alcohol is not for your health.
I know that. That's why I wanted it.
Guess you can see wine mix.
Nobody sits around going, man, I'd love to have some broccoli and green vegetables. Right? People only want things that are bad for them. True? Right? Yeah. Okay. Got that?
That was more difficult for me.
The wine makes it easier to teach you guys. Okay?
Does it?
Not today, anyways.
Exactly.
Not today.
After our math final, you're gonna have a party.
I think that's. No, because I still have to correct the papers. So after I correct the papers, it might be more appropriate then. Okay, B3. I think all of you, I said to do maybe B3 or one of these in the exam. Now, you can see that part A is like which part of the course? 1 or 2? I'd say semester 1. And part B is semester 2. Okay. And we've seen stuff like this in semester 1. This is the optimization problems. So they give us a rectangle. In fact, we did one like this in the worksheet. This came up in the worksheet. It's kind of a typical problem. We have to cut out 2 squares and make a tray. First thing to do is calculate the volume. So, if you now you have to use some visualization here. You have to imagine it being folded up. So you have to multiply the 3 sides. So the front of it is 30 minus 2x. And the length of it is what? 40 minus 1x, yeah. And the height of this is x. So, all that's left, has Moses fallen asleep? Oh no. You looked at, because you were sitting there like this. Okay, so we have to multiply this out. Right, 30 times 40, what's that? 1200 minus 30x plus 80x minus 80x plus 2x squared times x. Alright, so that will be 2x squared minus 110x plus 1200 times x. So that's 2x cubed minus 110x squared plus 1200x. Now, is that what they have?
Yes.
So it doesn't
But just written in a different order, but it's the same thing. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if we flip the signs at the beginning. So I started with x minus 42, x minus 30. I got this one answer.
That is acceptable. Yes. Sorry.
Because they said rules you might.
Yes, it's fine. Okay. Part 2. What is dv dx? So that would be 8x squared minus 220x plus 1200. Yes? Is that right? 6. I was thinking of 2 cubed. 6 equals
30.
equals 0. Now you probably get 2 answers of x, and I'm guessing one of the answers would be ridiculous.
30 and 20 over 3.
Right.
You get 1080 and 240.
1080? No, just the x now.
Yeah.
1080?
Or
What?
240.
Or 240? Ah, no, dude, you've done something wrong. What are the 2 answers for x here, Celine? Yeah?
30
I'm
and
talking to Celine. Celine?
30
Yeah?
and 20 over 3.
And 20 over 3. That's fine.
So when she says it's fine, when I say it is no, you're wrong.
I trust Celine more.
It's the same.
Now, she was confused about the difference between more than and less than earlier today, but still, that's okay. I can forgive that. Yeah. Right.
What about me? My like done for?
We don't have enough time to discuss that, I'm afraid. Right, okay. Which value do we take and which one do we not take here? We can't really take which one. Which one should we reject?
20 over 3.
No, reject. Reject 30.
Oh, 30 is
30 is ridiculous. 30 is equal to the full length.
yeah, it's really good.
So we should choose 20 over 3. How many marks was this question? 4. Now, I think there's something a bit wrong with the question here, because
Maximum.
if you look at part 3, it says for each stationary value determine if it's max or min. However, I would argue that we don't even need to consider the 30, because at the very beginning of the question there's one thing we know about x. It has to be bigger than 0, obviously, and it can't equal 0 because we have to cut something, and it has to be less than 30. So I would argue that it's not necessary to consider the 30 because it's not acceptable. However, because of their language, it makes me wonder if we need to consider the 30, because they said for each stationary value. For each stationary value. And it's also 4 marks. So, although I disagree with them, we better check each of these. What is the second derivative here?
12x minus 12x, not squared.
12x minus 220x. If we put 30...
No, minus 220.
For flip's sake. Right. 12x minus 220. Okay, if we put 30 in, what do we get?
360 minus
130.
So in total,
140.
140.
Yeah,
And if we put in the 20 over
minus
3?
140.
Oh, they're the same, but just opposite signs.
Yeah.
So this one is clearly minimum, and this one is
Maximum.
maximum. That's okay. And the last part here is find the volume. So we have to sub in the 20 over 3 back in. So that's 2 times 20 over 3 cubed minus 110 times 20 over 3 squared plus 1200 times 20 over 3. Does anyone have that?
3,703.7. Choose to
I
be.
should really perhaps say 3700. 3 significant figures. 1, 2, 3.
Cancel with each other.
That's true.
What did he say? That's right.
Isn't that 2 significant figures?
It's actually 3 because
We can't even find the left first and non-zero.
it's just the third one is 0.
Sir,
It's both 2 and 3, technically.
sir,
Yeah.
should we only use the significant figures in the, decimals?
No, technically it's every answer except for ones they tell you not.
3700 is actually 4 significant figures as well. So you can
No,
look
it's
on-
not. It's
on
not.
the left
It's
side
not.
of
It's
the-
not. It's not. How many significant figures in this one? 4. How many in this one?
Still
You
four.
can say 2 or 3.
No, it's
Four.
three, 3, 7, 10.
What is? 3 is not 3, 7, 10.
No, no,
You shouldn't stop on 0.
no, 3, 7, 1, 0.
3710 is 3 significant figures, but it's also wrong because the 4 here means you have to round down.
Please don't hurt you.
Yeah, but when they ask you to put it in the 3 significant figure,
Yeah.
you round it to the nearest significant figure.
Sir,
No. Yeah, and what's near? No, I think you're making up a new rule.
But that's you. That's not 3.
the actual
One sec.
answer is 3,703.7. So then you can do the significant figure.
3,703.7.
Exactly what I said.
What is this? Okay, hang on. I can't believe we have to go through this. Right. 3703.7. How many significant figures is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now don't be stupid. Right? What's 4 significant figures?
03.
Oh, 4. That's how many? 4 significant figures. Right, take this again and give me 3 significant figures. 3, 7. Now, yeah, 0, 0 is 3 significant figures. What's 2 significant figures?
If you start on second 0, why don't you start on
3,
the first 0?
7. 0, 0. It's two significant figures. Now, what's one significant figure?
4,000.
No,
4,000.
4,000. That's one significant figure.
Why is
What's the difference between second and third one?
I don't know who the last one.
So
Hang on,
what's-
hang on, hang on, hang on. I can answer one question at a time, and I can deal with one frustrating student at a time. I can't deal with more than one. So I'll deal with Amjad first. Go on, Amjad.
Listen, first
I'm listening. Oh, I'm listening. I'm listening. Go on.
first thing I
Yeah.
learned in my life that
So before you could speak, first thing you learned. Yeah. Okay. Go on. What's the first thing you learned? Tell me. Baby Amjad. Yeah. Go on. What did you learn?
Like all the zeros
Yeah.
after a number, they're not counted unless they're
Correct.
decimal.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
the leading zeros
Are significant figures. Correct. Yeah.
And then
Shh, listen.
0, 0. There are no decimal points.
So maybe just to clear this a little bit. Okay, suppose I had a number like 0.51201. 1. What is this number to 4 decimal places?
0.512.
0.5120. What is it to 3 decimal places? 0.512. Aren't they not the same number? Aren't they the same? That's my point. You can have it the same. That can happen. So here, 4 decimal points and 3 decimal places represented the same number when rounded. And the same logic is here for the significant figures. Although they're the same, they represent both 2 significant figures and 3 significant figures. It is because of the 0 in the original that's causing this.
Is it my turn? Sorry.
Yes.
So, according to your textbook,
Yeah, let's have a look.
Okay.
Show me.
So
Show me. Show me.
stop counting. So there is no difference between the second and third.
Correct. Correct.
And so there is no actually 3 significant figures in this case.
It's in the same as 2 significant figures.
The point
So,
is,
Colin, do you need to talk to them?
No.
Good. Good.
I'm going to speak to a couple of students after class.
Okay,
You're-
I'm
you're
just
in the
wrapping
future,
one thing up because they're annoying me. Guys, can we just be clear, please, on this? Please. I need you to listen carefully. Listen carefully. Starting to annoy me. Right. So, a little bit of English here. If I said round to 3 significant figures, that could produce a number like what I had here, which is 2 significant figures. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. If it's a difference between the verb here. Round to 3 significant figures and give your answer to 3 significant figures. You could make an argument that my answer, I didn't give it to 3 significant figures. You could make that. But I'm talking about the verb, round to 3 significant figures. If that happens to produce a number which is 2 significant figures or 1 significant figure, that's fine. You should not force the answer to be 3 by writing it as 3710. That is definitely wrong.
That also means round to 3 square.
No, Amjad. No.
And this should be fine if you keep the 3704, the original answer.
Hang on, you're not finished. We have one left to do I want to do, and then you can go, okay? Because it'll only take a second.
It will only take a second?
Yes, I'm going to finish it.
What?
So use the cover up.
Oh, not the second part.
Stop talking and just listening to me. Right. So I just want to... Yes? We're still writing. I want to use the cover-up rule here to get the A and the B. So, what do I put in here for x to get the A? Try again. 1. Isn't it? 6 over 3. And what do I put in? Minus 2. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. Minus 3 over minus 3 is
Minus
1. 1. And then minus 3 over, didn't we say minus 3 over minus 3? And then the last thing to do is to integrate this from 2 to 3. Which means integrate this from 2 to 3 and integrate this from 2 to 3. Yes? Right, what does this integrate to? 2 log x minus 1, 3 and 2. Plus log x plus 2. And the limits? 3 and 2. Right, let's put in 3 first. What do we get? 2 log 8. No, sorry. 2 log 2 minus 2 log 1. What's log 1? 0. Plus log 5 minus log 4. Now, what form did they want the answer? In the form of log k. So we'll have to bring this 2 up to the top. We get log 4 plus log 5 minus log 4. So what's the answer?
Log 5.
Log 5. How many marks for part A, 1 and 2? How many marks for everything I wrote on the screen?
8.
It's definitely not. It's so much more work when you're trying to.
Good, right? I got 1 mark, and then 6 marks. So this is a good question in the exam. Right, now I'll just... Oh, I don't have the class list. I'll just write down who I don't have. Pen, just give me the marker there. Yeah, marker's fine. Right. Who have I not got in each group? I don't have Sabrina. I don't have Sakra. Who else do I not have? Mariam. Oh yeah, she went home sick too, because she was in earlier. Savi. Who? He was in earlier as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think they just didn't see the message maybe.
Oh, so are they going to come in now in like 1 minute saying, "What's up, guys? Hey from X?"
Maybe.
That would be funny. All right. I am not. Okay. We'll finish there.
So still that question, can I keep the exact form of the answer?
No, 3 significant figures. You
No,
can if you...
in some case, especially that, let's just assume it's in construction. The 4 centimeter cube is insignificant for the components.
Okay, here's your choice. I recommend that you round to 3 significant
I
figures.
understand.
Whether you do that or not is your choice. It should be okay, but my advice is, in the marking scheme, they like the answer to 3 significant figures. You want to make the marker happy.
We'll use the significant figures for the decimals. And in the case if you have integers, it's not necessary to,
I know, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just saying what the marker wants. So the marker wants 3 significant figures, that's all.
Yeah, listen.
Oh no, leave me alone!
You can't call it 3 significant figures. That's it. You can't say you can round it to 3 significant.
Perhaps you can't say it is 3 significant figures, but you can say it's been rounded to 3 significant figures. Okay, but since when do you care so much about English?
No, I didn't know that sounded until recently.
Okay, fine. But my question is,
Like,
since when do you care so much about English? Like, is there something about today that makes you care so much about
No,
English?
just like because like, you opened my mind.
Fine.
So I was like,
Fine.
as I told you, I learned this in my life.
Okay.
See, the thing is about Amjad, I'm not paying attention half the time, and he pays attention halfway.
Yeah. Just imagine if you focus this much all the time. Ah. Oh, here, sorry, that was yours and all, wasn't it? Sorry, thanks.
Sir,
What?
you're really influenced by the food that you eat during the day.
Perhaps.
I would suggest you have a balanced diet.
Perhaps.
Maybe that will.
Perhaps. Or maybe I should have a balanced classroom. Because I feel like I have too many students that annoy me. It's not quite balanced, right?
Imagine a class full of me.
I
But
know.
imagine I'm just.
I know. I need to have more of a balance. I need more quieter students.
I'm sorry for you, man.
I know. It's all part of the job. All right.
It seems you don't like the job.